at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. .3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. .3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Superficial, all that you are worth is surface, all that you are is nothing. From your art to your music to your stars,
down to food.
Some people have had more fancier deaths than the life some people are living. I know it sounds crude. Some people have had a more prestigious dying than the living. I know. And I'm not taking that back. I said what I said. All right, good. Welcome to the show. All right. I know. So you want to get into the debate? Absolutely. Because Kemi here, the only thing she has that's worth anything is Jesus. She's worth nothing. Nothing.
Thank you, Jesus.
That's the only thing. I don't even know how I survived with her, because usually I'd have sent an official email. Come and remove all these
is for
25s.
the way you look at me. That's how you survived.
I don't have any attraction towards you.
OVE.
Nothing fancy about you. I don't love you.
Googly eyes.
Now, this is even the redeemed.
You just go into
This is even, like, just you're managing somebody, like, because they're the redeemed. I can't stand all of them. Like, they're just...
She means the generation. Gen Z. She's tired.
I think you're dying a fan. I wish your death was even fancy, I think you're dying this kind of death where you don't have anything here, you wouldn't have anything there.
Okay.
So wait. Welcome to the show. It's Open Thought Tuesday. My thought is flowing over.
It's running, pressed down, shaking together, still spilling everywhere. So, Lagos, you're in for it.
If you got married recently, congratulations to you. Stop it. Now, the psychology of society. Good. Okay, so money is a god. Let's begin from there. You are beneath principalities, powers, and money as a god. Good. I wanted to talk about the social argument. That was even supposed to be a conversation for next week, but at this rate, let me just share this random idea. It's that there's nothing wrong with money. Let's establish that. Money is good. But what is the cost? So recently, you hear people say, you know that Olodo uprising thing?
Yeah.
Did you hear about it? So the argument is that people who are not intellectuals or who are not intelligent are rising to the peak of popularity in society. That's
Olodo uprising.
That's really what it is. Just Olodo up. By the way,
Literally.
we didn't create the Olodo term. Did I earn it? I don't know. My father thought I was deserving of it.
Wait, what?
Well, because the story behind me calling people Olodo is that my father used to call me that. So I got on radio. I'm thinking, well, you've inherited a new problem. If you piss me off, all right, Olodo. Okay, so that's my backstory. But then I think on a more deeper psychological and sensible level is that society psychology is, by the observation of many, is that there is an non-intellectual rise in society of persons who are not intelligent, who have no scope of beauty. And it's funny because it seems as though beauty is something you can buy. It's like, well, you buy a beautiful dress, you drive a Ferrari,
You buy a beautiful life.
yeah, well, that's your attempt.
That's the delusion.
That is your definition of beauty. It's like, well, you buy a good car. You buy... I saw a number of Ferraris driving through poor people. I saw a Lamborghini. And it's that there is... And then the poor people won't let you pass. Because they think, well, if you drove a Lamborghini this far, you have something for us. Oh, you drove a Mercedes. And then the people inside, I'm sure there is this... I don't know, and I try not to be critical of any one person, because in a sense, it's as though people are also victims of the society that they have found themselves in. So you don't mean to add to it, and you can't change it, so you just play your role in it. So if you're the poor,
you can't beat them.
yeah.
Kill them.
I don't know if I'm gonna import that, because I mean, in a sense, yes, but I also think that because I'm tagging them as victims of the society, because many people would have wanted different. Maybe there are a few people in society who will want a more conservative approach to wealth.
Yeah.
Because now in your society there are people who are pressured to look a certain way. You're pressured to have the car. Some of you are even pressured to have the girl. Oh, by the way, you don't even talk about that. That your social value for some of you is calculated by which girl's in your arm, what car do you drive. All right, so maybe today's a good day to talk about Olodo uprising. No, I am serious. But first, I want to talk about Peter and Paul. Interestingly, a few days ago, I came by a video, and I wanted that to be a conversation on open thought. It was of a car dealer who said a social media influencer came to his lot, and she came with her boyfriend, and they both said they wanted to purchase a car, and I think they test drove it, or they were allowed access to the vehicle. It was a Mercedes-Benz. It was pretty much, it was a really cute Mercedes. And they said they wanted to purchase, so dealer wants to sell. It's like, oh yeah, here are the keys. Go look at the car, push it around a little bit. Feel it, know what you're paying for. 85 million, according to dealer. And so the girl gets into the car. Well, I don't know what happened, but dealer makes a video saying, these people came to my shop to price Mercedes. Girlfriend gets into the Mercedes, makes a video, and posts on TikTok or posts on social media, alleging that her boyfriend had just gifted her a Mercedes. So dealer is freaked out. In fact, dealer says another car dealer calls him up to say, oh, I know those people. They've been to my own lot too, to pose with a car. And so you see what society is doing to you? You know what's even funny?
They will actually content. It's content.
And so, unfortunately, the tragedy is you can't even enter a bus, and let's say what you can afford is a bus.
To do what?
Now, you're ashamed because somebody may recognize you and shame you, which is the tragedy, right? That another poor person will see you.
Yeah, too. So I say WhatsApp group. Welcome. Maybe not shifts.
Okay.
You want to chatter the seats? Or you want to?
No, it's funny, but
It's
it's a problem. Because now you see we're still talking about the external outplay of the issue. And you don't talk about your self-worth. You don't talk about your esteem. We're not talking about how that affects society's esteem. You don't talk about the fact that a father can afford something, but wouldn't discipline his child or take his children through a set kind of discipline because he doesn't want it to be said that he had money and he's disciplining, he puts his children through strict measures to attain some things. He wants to hand them over everything. And then 20 years from now, you're going to complain you have fools in society. It's like the chicken and the hen, which one came first? They all came out at this point. They're not even coming out. They're coming out with their friends, with malfunctions, disabilities, tumors, demons. Everything is outside. So that's a conversation we need to have. So you think about it, juggle your mind around that thought. It is a fantastic conversation to have. And it's also redemptive in a way that if we tell ourselves the truth, we will not allow ourselves to be victimized or become victims of a society that is itself a product of mediocrity, inferiority, shame, lack, theft. Because much of the people who claim or who own a claim to wealth are not necessarily those who may have attained it through the purest of forms. So imagine judging yourself by somebody who made money being in the creeks, for example, not because it's in any way right or wrong, but that's not your destiny. You now cannot be shamed by somebody who has a Mercedes because you don't have, or somebody who's into prostitution, or somebody who's an escort, or somebody who is a man who is another man's punk. Oh, you don't know that? Yeah, there's a guy, he's another guy's, and powers change hands. Some of you don't have standards. You just haven't found the right buyer. There's enough money. There's not a lot you can't do from there. Okay. Let's talk about P Square. We'll talk about P Square first. You are dying as a society. You are dying. All right. Open thoughts. I've opened my thoughts. You pick it up. You object. You accept. Whatever, in a moment, but after this P Square story. So I've never discussed the P Square story because I don't know where to pick it up from. I don't want to take sides, and I wanted to stay outside. There's something fancy about staying outside. There's fresh air. You don't have an opinion, you don't have to bear the burden of whatever it is the issue is. Plus, it's not your issue, so why bother? And yeah, my mind is already preoccupied with other things. Fun, lazy, beautiful, lofty, so yeah. But Peter recently, one of the twin, the one without the dreads. So, one has a dread, which is a good way to separate them if you can tell them.
Paul has a dread, Peter doesn't.
I couldn't tell them apart until recently.
Oh.
I never used to bother. I just listened to the music if I had to play it, and that was it. So when they say Peter and Paul, I was like, whatever. I never used to care. So
I know.
I think I just pretty much reinforced it just maybe like a year. This fight, I couldn't tell them apart the whole time.
Oh,
That's how much I don't care. That's how much I stay outside. But nowadays they fight. I know one from the other. The one with the dreads, the one without the dreads. All right.
Yeah.
And then they have an elder brother, Jude. Okay, so allegations have been flying, and it's not been our business on the Sunny side, so we've never discussed it. But today, let's talk about it. Peter says he's been quiet for the longest time and has decided to speak given the fact that the twin with the dreads has spoken. The elder brother may or may not have spoken too much depending on the measure and who's measuring. But Peter had a 5-part video. I stumbled on part 3 and part 5. And that's how long his own rendition of the narrative goes. And I thought I want to bring this conversation to radio without extracting the vital points or the vital facts from the story. How best can I do this? Summarize? Good, but you would miss. I think if I summarize that, you could miss out on the necessary aspect of the tale. So I will play the audio. I would play part 3 and part 5. And I really think in essence, those, in my judgment, are the aspects of the conversation that can really, really color your thinking of what should form the conversation this afternoon. He's alleging that the twin, the one with the dread, and the elder brother conspired against him. So what part 3 and part 5 will do for you is to give you a little bit of detail as to what happened, except that part 5 has the allegation, or has a threat in it, where elder brother says to younger brother, I'll kill you. And so I think the story should form a basis for our conversation, and let's talk about. And we can't quite talk about it. We can't quite talk about it in detail because we don't have all the facts. Plus, and then their matter is in court for September 21st. So it's a moving story, right? Yeah, good. But let's talk about betrayal. He's alleging betrayal. And guess what the root of this problem is? You're right. Money. 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 My mother said to me one time, you don't know a person until you've had monetary dealings with them. And God bless her in heaven. God, she was right. We're off on a break. We'll be right back.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back. Introducing the Foodies Choice Awards, a celebration of Africa's top performers across food and agriculture, from farm to table. 50 awards, 5 countries, and 1 unique platform, nominated by consumers, chosen by Africa. From Nigeria's cassava fields to Kenya's tea farms and Ghana's cocoa exports, the continent feeds the world. Africa's food agribusiness sector is booming, set to hit $1 trillion by 2030. Now it's time to celebrate the game changers based on impact and innovation. You can nominate outstanding Africa's top farmers, foodpreneurs, chefs, brands, and government, championing a future of food security and excellence. Nominate now at www.thefcawards.com. Food lives in Africa. Food lives here. Follow us on all social media platforms at Foodies Choice Awards.
Every generation is remembered by the voices that refuse to be silent.
Research has shown that one
The ones who dared to stand, to question, to challenge. Because history has never belonged to those who simply agreed. It belongs to those who said, I beg to differ. Welcome to the stage where ideas clash, where logic becomes power, and where every argument has the potential to shape tomorrow. This is more than a debate. It's courage in conversation. It's intellect in motion. It is the birthplace of tomorrow's leaders. August 10 at 3 p.m., Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt will come alive for the national finals of the I Beg to Differ Secondary Schools Debate Tournament. The War of Words begins at 3 p.m. on August 10. One podium, countless perspective, one opportunity to be heard. The question is not whether your voice matters. The question is, will the world remember what you had to say? I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. You are listening to Open Thought on the Sunny Side with Joyce. Let's talk.
Lagos is the season finale of the I Beg to Differ debate tournament. And I don't know if you've heard about it because this one is the Tournament of Champions. Okay, you have 16 of Nigeria's finest secondary schools, 3 debates every day, 4 weeks of fierce intellectual battles, and we're all wondering, so who will now be crowned the champion of champions? Well, stay tuned to find out because all this will begin Monday, August 10th at 3 p.m. Okay, August 10th, 3 p.m. And the final lap begins on Monday. And champions from Abuja, Port Harcourt, Lagos will all go head to head in this ultimate battle of ideas, logic, and persuasion. Okay, come witness the brilliance, courage, and history in the making. For sponsorship, or if you have inquiries, you can send an email to any of these email addresses I'm going to call out now. It's info@nigeriainfo.fm. That is info@nigeriainfo.fm. Or I beg to differ at nigeriainfo.fm. That's one statement. Small caps, no space. I beg to differ at nigeriainfo.fm. It's I beg to differ, the Tournament of Champions, season finale, and we are set.
You are listening to Open Thought on the Sunny Side with Joyce. Let's talk.
If news is your quest, or gist your request, well, somewhere over your rainbows
Over your rainbow!
is the Sunny Side
They better know it!
with Joyce.
Let's talk. What's that station again?
We are part of the engaging, educative, and insightful station.
The Nigerian, how did he die? Is the question.
South African lives were lost unwantonly like this on Nigerian soil. Would the SA government be prying into cause of death?
South Africans are against their own African brother. Government go there, hold a meeting with them. Then we sit on.
The security paramount to them. They are going to make sure that inaction doesn't work.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. Let's talk.
It's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
The news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Good afternoon to you. I am Buluwatife Jegede with the news. The federal government has said the proposed National Policing Bill will establish the framework for the creation of state police services across the country. The Presidential Working Group on the bill has opened a 2-week window for Nigerians and stakeholders to submit their views on the proposal. Chairman of the group, Femi Gbajabiamila, says the legislation will set standards for recruitment, training, funding, oversight, and accountability to ensure effective and responsible policing. The Lagos Waste Management Authority has issued intention to seal notices to parts of Oshodi Market over poor sanitation practices. According to the agency, the action followed repeated cases of improper waste disposal and other environmental violations. Loma Managing Director Muyiwa Gbadigeshi says the move is part of efforts to ensure markets across Lagos maintain better sanitation standards. Qatar says diplomatic efforts are ongoing to resolve the conflict between the United States and Iran as tensions continue in the region. The country's foreign ministry says Qatar, Pakistan, and Oman are to facilitate negotiations and exchange proposals between both sides. Meanwhile, a vessel has been hit in the Strait of Hormuz near Oman, according to a UK maritime security firm, with one crew member reported missing. And President Bola Tinubu has congratulated Team Nigeria for winning 24 medals at the 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, Scotland. The president praised the athletes, coaches, and officials for representing Nigeria with pride, describing their performance as a reflection of resilience and determination. He also reaffirmed his administration's commitment to investing in sports development and improving opportunities for athletes. Team Nigeria finished the game with 10 gold, 7 silver, and 7 bronze medals. That's the news right here, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Follow us everywhere on social media, 199.3 Nigeria Info. For more news update, visit our website, nigeriainfo.fm. Thank you so much for staying with us. I am Buluwatife Jegede. The Sunny Side with Joyce continues.
Quality talk.
Intelligent conversations.
Always interesting.
So engaging.
Sometimes even mind-boggling.
Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info. Ask everyone. Anyone.
I knew something was wrong. Since I don't bank with Zenith, I don't bank with EcoBank. I bank with FCMB. I call my account officer. I said, hey, bro, I say, please, I need statement of account of our FCMB non-side entertainment. He says, not the account officer, but am I a director? I said this. He said, he looked at it. I said, but Peter, you know your signature. I said, no, I said, no, you can't send it to me. He said, do me a favor. Look at this account. What did you see? What did you notice? He looked at it. He said, I can see it. Money is going in. But I can't say it. Let me just send you a screen grab a page and send to you. So he screen grabbed the page and sent to me. And I noticed something. A new P-Square breakup was in on the 22nd September. Within that period, because there was an open, I sent out an open letter for the breakup that time, 2017. But something happened July. On the 16th of July or 26th of July, I'll put it up there. You see where an individual paid money within 2-3 days. Person paid about $25,000 something. It's an aggregator, they pay for more like royalties. In 3-4 days' time, 2 individuals split that money into 2. Who are those? Look at it there. Paul and Jude. And I saw a place where Jude actually sent $5,000 to Paul, sent I think 15 or 20,000 to himself. I knew something was going on. And I asked him, I said, can you send me say account? What did I do? I went to our general lawyer. I showed it to him. He said, this is wrong. But let's find out from Jude. I walked up to Paul and Jude. This is the response Jude gave him. So because of 12,859 go because probably no problem, I'll come them and give. No. It doesn't work that way. I know people will say, because of money, now they fight. If that money was not important, why would they steal it from me? Let's be very honest. Like I said, as I'm watching people are watching this video, they will be insulting me. I'm used to it. I get this skin now, but I will still say my truth. This is the first time I'm coming out. Now type are the type, but I will say it. Anybody who don't like her, I'm not friend. Now, while that was going on, the lawyer came back to me and said, Peter, I beg, I don't want my peace to get a problem again. I said, this is not a peace issue. This is transparency. I need to know what's going on. Something is fishy. While that was going on, peace was on top in Europe. I didn't want to disturb myself about it. We then finally took Peace catalog and gave it to the same distribution guys that handled Mr. P and Root Boy. Or they thought I was suspecting something, so decided to let go of it. We gave it to them. First month, they said they're going to start paying royalties after certain weeks. I received some thousands of dollars, which I've never received as a royalty. In fact, I've never received dollars as royalty for P-Square. It has been every quarter. I collected 3 million, 4 million. That was it. Every quarter. This time I saw thousands of dollars. When the people sent it to me, I said, this money for the 3 of us. They said, no, it's for me. And they've sent for Jude, they sent for Paul. I'm supposed to be happy. I need to find out who has been collecting this money. Yes. I walked up to Paul. Did you receive some amount? He said yes. Please. This amount that you received. Who has been collecting it? He said, I'm getting the money just like say I am. But I didn't know why am I getting this large sum of money. I said, Peter, I don't know what you're making, I tell you. I went to Jude. This is where Jude made the biggest mistake. When I confronted Jude, he said to me, am I looking for my royalties? I said something like that. So I should go and meet South African people that I signed with. They are my royalties. Did I meet South African people when Peace Square broke up? I did. Did I sign something with them? I did. But they were not collecting royalties. But Jude refused them access. They said Jude refused them. All they could collect was mechanicals in their own radio station within their own territory. I guarantee that this mechanical, within that 5 years that even Peace Square broke up, they've never even sent me even $2,000. And I walked up to Jude and said, never collected anything. So that's why I meet the people. I called the people. They stood on the right. Send me a document that they've never collected any royalties from Peter. Questions started coming up on my side. Now I knew that we signed iRocking.com, a company called SACEM in France, which I was the one who got that deal. But those ones, they pay artists directly. They don't even want to pay any management. So what that means, they get their money, they pay the Peter and Paul, they split the money into two. If you want to share 3 ways, there should be a document that says, Peter, if you collect this money, Paul will put in this account. That's SACEM. The other company is Free Me Digital. Those are the ones that pay that naira I was talking about every quarter. When I contacted those guys that are paying these royalties, the way I was telling them where is this money coming from, they said to me, is the money too small? Don't worry, there's still more people. So people will notice that people sign with everyone. It seems like I only knew that we signed people paying us royalties, only 2 or 3 companies. I didn't know there were 11 of them. If you come for me. I am. No. Every penny must be accounted for. What's the best way to go about this? I walked up to Paul. I said, this is what is going on. Jude said, my royalty will show people, but Peter, there's nothing. Now, Paul always want to play ignorant, which I don't blame him. I've already had in mind that something was going on. Probably I'm trying to see to prove to Paul that, or see what has been happening. And I contacted those guys paying royalties. They mentioned to me Northside, but it was not Northside Entertainment. That's the people they collected the royalty from. It was supposed to be Northside Entertainment. That's how I heard Northside Music. I walked up to Paul. Paul, have you heard about Northside Music? He said, share our own Northside Entertainment, eh? I said, what about Jude? Paul checked, did not be Jude. He said, Jude owns Northside Inc. I should go and check City Amonga's album. I went to City Amonga's album. Paul was the one who told me to go and check City Amonga's album. Guys, look at City Amonga's album. All you see is Northside Inc. It was not Northside Music. So who then owns Northside Music? I walked up to Jude. Jude, I spoke to you about Northside Music. He said to me, oh, all he can tell me is, so people in South Africa no man. Right. People don't tell me I check Cynthia Morgan album. What did I see? Northside Inc. So why am I asking him that question? A representative, the people that want to buy Peace Square catalog to come to the house. It's not him. So I should tell Paul to come. Say, yo, Peter, please, we cannot go from people wanting to buy you guys catalog for a certain amount. Now they can't even buy so amount. We need the original back end. I looked at Paul. This is what came out of Paul's mouth. Hey, I know Peter is, I've told you he's suspecting you. I said, Peter didn't tell me anything. What are you talking about? Peter, what's going on? I said, Paul, go ahead. While that topic was going on, I looked at Paul. I said, Paul, I know something is wrong, but I'm not going to say anything. There's a route you guys don't want me to go to. I don't want to go that route. So I said, Peter, what do you say? Let me talk to my brother. While I was saying that, Paul stood up. Say he's coming. Where are you going to? We're having a meeting. I said, a little. Paul left. I said, wow. They now showed me a message where the guy that wanted to buy the catalog said, I saw P-Square royalty, so amount. Is there something that they are hiding away from us not to see? Or is there something they're not telling them? While we were waiting, nearly about 40 minutes, Paul came back. Thank you, Paul. Come and say, Peter, see you. That's how we break up. See what happens, see what happens. I told Paul, how far? This Paul. Let's go see Jude. I thought you wanted to go and see him to discuss. No, there's nothing like that. I said, Paul, you cannot allow me to go where I want to go. This was Paul's words. Where you want to go? I said, I never know. I said, Peter, go and do your worst. My twin brother told me, Peter, go and do your worst. In his words. Quote me. In my house. I left. I went upstairs. Most of you guys won't even watch it. They'll start insulting me, but I guarantee you that what these guys did to me, none of you will take 1%, 1/4 of it. So you guys are blood brothers. So we're not brothers when these crimes were committed. Like we're not brothers. Let me get back to the story. Now, on my own, I have to start investigating. I've already known that something is wrong. For that last word, Peter, go and do your worst. I started trying to dig out how to get Northside Entertainment Statement account. So I did my investigation. While I was doing it, this was then after the election. I mean, there was a thing going on. Yabo Joe said that government came out and said she's paying certain amount for tax. We said, because we support P2B, maybe they want to do the same thing to us. Next thing they brought tax and said, me, I'm owing 5-something million. I think Paul's one is 40-something, Jude 50-something. I said, I've been paying my tax too. But I don't know that when I pay, they assume it's for the 3 building. So the guy handling the tax called me and said, Peter, after a few days, I said, Peter, I have good news. I said, what? That Jude is almost 50-something million. Jude can now pay only 5 million. I said, why? That Jude was able to prove that since P-Square broke up, he only earns royalties, doesn't do anything. I said, which company? They say Northside. I said, P-Square money is different from Mr. P and Road, but won't break up. So she needs the same Northside. Since we're also Northside for us. He said, how do I prove it? I said, me and Paul are also. I went upstairs and I bought CAC document of Northside Entertainment. The guy looked at it. He was on the phone. I said, can I see the statement of account that you say you use for Jude, which is our company? The mistake the guy did was to hand me over his phone and I opened it. It was Northside Music. I was right all this while. It was not Northside Entertainment. It was not Northside Inc. Now if you insult me, now they put 2 meat. Your friend just carry 2 meat chop, you go fight her. You know, say that 2 meat belongs to now. If I talk, they say you didn't fight your brothers because of money. We'll get there. I took the phone, transferred the statement of account to my laptop, to my phone. Thank God it was iPhone, so I airdropped them, went upstairs. Because of what I saw. I'll pull up the account. Up. Look, guys, look at it. It's not side music. It's not side music. Paul denied, doesn't know. Fine. And you never told me anything about Northside Music. In fact, he actually denied it. Because he said to me, people tell me about Northside Inc. and I didn't get. I check. Everybody that paid money inside the account were all aggregators. And remember, the statement of account was between 2017 till 2023. From 2017 to 2023. That was what Jude presented to Lagos State government. So for that 2017-2023, aggregators have paid you nearly $1.2 million of our royalties. The question here: how did aggregators left our company, Northside Entertainment, and start paying to Northside Music? Somebody should explain that to me. There's no way telling the company stop paying to Northside Entertainment, there should be a documentation that says Peter, Paul, and Judah agreed to stop paying to Northside Entertainment, start paying to Northside Music. Who signed on my behalf? This is the highest betrayal. Call it family. Family matters. Families don't steal from their family. Families do not steal from their family. Family protect family. Now the question is, this crime, when did it start? Peace Bill broke up 2017, September. You gave Lagos State government statement of account, they started 2017, January. Does that mean that account have been diverting our money even before Peace Square broke up? Actually, the letter I used in dismantling Peace Square then was in September 2017. But you sent Lagos State statement of account of Northside Music that they're already paying royalties on, that I was never part of. Now the question is Paul involved?
So, I wanted to paraphrase it, but I knew I was going to do a terrible job, and I thought you needed to hear it, hear the emotion, hear the aspect. It's a 5-part video, and this is just one part. I wanted the conversation to begin, and then we can, if time permits, I'll attempt to paraphrase, and I really would prefer to play the part 5 for you to hear. There's some relationships that are better than money. I think if you have a good family, if you have a good brother, if you have a good wife, if you have a good friend, if you have a good father, if you have a good mother, if you have a lover, if you have there are some relationships that will never, even if you didn't have money, some relationships will still be better than money. And then you realize that there are some kinds of conflicts you can have with someone, and you can say, I'll buy a car and say sorry. I'll buy your house, I'll say sorry. I'll buy you perfume, I'll say sorry. I'll buy you flowers, I'll say sorry. I'll buy you ice cream. Kemi's cheap, she's affordable. Buy her ice cream. Oh, she forgives you every sin you've ever. So there's some relationships you can redeem. That's my point. Some you can say, forgive me, and you give like an honest to God apology, and there is nothing else that can be done than to forgive. And then I think there's some relationships, given what has happened, you can't come back from it. I was of no opinion when I saw part 3, but when I saw part 5, where it wasn't video, where the elder brother said, if you come to my house, come with your casket. You should hear it for yourself. So if you come to my house, come with your casket. All right. I'll still stay outside, I'll still stay outside. Let's talk about, and this is not to the matter. This is just generally speaking. Have you had a situation where you felt betrayed, or you have an actual account where somebody betrayed you? I've been betrayed before. I've trusted somebody before, and I've been betrayed. And the only way I can explain it was that I opened the door and the devil came in. That's the only way I can explain it. I'm telling you, there was a knock at the door, and someone says, "Hey, Joyce," and I was like, "Oh, hi, how are you? Oh, come in." I looked for God. I called heaven. I swore by everything, because it was do or die. And I think that there's a pain that happens with betrayal from close quarters. I don't think there's language for it. And maybe some of you have a more tolerant level. It's just that for some others, depending also on the story, there's some betrayals that only God can save you from it. Kemi, telephone numbers. Why are you looking at them? Are you falling in love today?
No, I'm just
telephone
looking at
numbers.
the comments. Okay, so mail line 0201 2770983 female line 0201-465-7190 and the WhatsApp number is 009-597-5805.
How did you handle betrayal? Have you recovered from betrayal? Are you able to forgive betrayal? Which is, you see, this matter is expanding. Are you able to forgive? Are you... Telephone line. How are you? Good to have you.
Joyce, good afternoon.
Mm-hmm. Turn up the volume of your radio set.
It's Emmanuel. I'm speaking to you from Epe.
Thank you.
There was something someone taught me a long time ago. He said you rather do a business with an outsider than a member of your family. And that has stuck with me for a very long time, and it has helped me a lot. Talking about betrayal, I've been betrayed, but not within the circle of my family, because I hardly do business with my family and in extension with my tribesmen, because I just feel I'll be safer doing business with a complete outsider. Now, for this story of Peter and Paul and Jude, it is messy. Because I have been partially following the story from part 1 to part 2, part 3, part 4, and 5. You raised you made a statement that, was it that the Mr. Jude and that one that have dreadlock has probably been using him. But I would rather say it is the Mr. Jude, based on what I've seen, that is using both of them. But that one with dreadlock, seems not to be as smart as this other one. The reason I said so was that it seems there was an opera between that one with dreadlock and the Mr. Jude.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Who shapes the future of advertising?
Loading 30%.
The platforms.
Loading 45%.
The people who create ideas and choose what to believe?
Loading 60%.
Or the regulators.
Loading 90%.
Perhaps the future needs all three.
Join the industry conversation shaping the future of advertising at the Archon Advertising Industry Colloquium 4.0, themed The Future of Advertising, the Role of Platforms, People, and Regulation.
Thursday, 6th August 2026. The Podium Event Center, Ikeja, Lagos, 8 a.m. prompt. Get ready.
With 99.3 Nigeria Info comes information, conversation, and the stories that matter.
Similarly, Fubara, he has declared his support for President Bola Tinubu's second term.
Slave for be a slave, no matter the wealth they acquire.
Shola has been working all his life to tell you that he could not be the room and parlor. There's a house for his last born.
To claim he doesn't have any and using that to push his candidacy is disingenuous.
That you continue to have on your mandate, we shall stand. Anything and everything in the National Assembly.
We are just getting lost every day. God will help us, so if we allow God to help us.
Let's talk right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
You are listening to Open Thought on the Sunny Side with Joyce. Let's talk.
We're back. I want to apologize to my last caller. Sorry, I lost you. Please make it back. Okay, so I also think there's something necessary to say here. I don't think you can give me your verdict on the story. You can't give me your verdict because you can't quite have one. Yeah, I understand your sentiment. I understand you can watch a video and be persuaded by a Jude argument, a Paul argument, or a Peter argument. But you can't take a side, because you don't have all the facts. And your sentiment or your biases, absolutely, you can hold them. I don't need them. I don't need them because we also are not trying to disadvantage any other person from their chance at fairness or justice, whether it's Paul or Jude or P Square. But I think that I decided that this should be a conversation because this kind of just gives a little bit more detail as to what has been happening. There hasn't been this kind of detail since the matter begun. And it begins to show you how money. And then I would say the character of people. It doesn't even matter who you support. But you see how a person's character and money can be something in the morning and something else at night. Because maybe in the morning you're brothers. At night you can be enemies. Regardless of the detail. So let's talk about your experience with betrayal and whether you think that is betrayal something worth forgiving? And what can that even mean in the real world? If someone betrays you and, for example, they say, oh, I'm sorry. So that's one. But is it even a forgivable atrocity? Can you really forgive betrayal? But what has been your experience with betrayal? How are you? Thank you very much for being here. Can you hear me?
Hello, I can hear you. George, good afternoon.
Afternoon to you. Thank you for being here.
Okay, my name is Mike.
Welcome, Mike. Go ahead.
Okay, from your standpoint, what I want to really talk about betrayal is this. I can understand. To me, if it's an outsider concerning a business deal or whatever, I know it will be painful, but I can bear it. But when it's a family member that, as life goes on, we see in places, we go back to village, we still meet and whatever, I'm telling you, it's very difficult. Because once you fight that person, that reflection comes back to you, and it's very painful. So for me, I just pray that this betrayal will come when it comes to money. Let it be something that I may not see again.
You would rather not see the person again. That's the only way you can manage it.
Yes. That is the way I could put it, because if somebody has not experienced it, you won't be short. You just don't know the pain. It's deeper than when somebody is putting a rod into your bone. Because I've experienced it. But the joy is, it was from outside. So, in fact, for 1 year, I could not. In fact, a time came, sleeping is a problem because of that pain that was. So if somebody has not experienced it, you understand. You understand. So I have a
Thank you. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate. Thank you. Hello, good afternoon to you. Welcome to the show. If you can hear me, you're listening to 99.3 Nigeria Info. I would say, Kemi, or WhatsApp.
Okay. So this person says, good afternoon, Joyce.
Should I go to the telephone
line? No. I would rather say, it's rather unfair to them if whatever is going on amongst them is reduced to money. That would suggest greed, and when in actual fact, someone is actually being exploited. If someone is exploiting me at some point, I will rebel. The thing here is that we actually don't know who is exploiting who. He says it's quite sad to see them like this, airing dirty lines outside. Whatever makes these celebrities think or feel the public really cares about them, and they owe the public any explanation is an undue pressure they are putting on themselves. Anyway, they should settle their issues amicably in court instead of these negativities they are trying to use to taint their illustrious careers.
I object to that. I think there are some things you can handle in public, and then there are some things, there's some things you can deal with or handle in private. There are some things that can be overwhelming and causes you to outburst on social media. I can pardon the social media outburst, and I think it's because it is of a deeply sensitive nature. And again, they're popular people. And whatever this whole drama has been, everybody knows that there has been conflict, of course, and the proof of that conflict was the fact that they were once a team and now no longer a team. And you may be critical of them bringing it to social media. No. I would disagree. I would disagree. Not because I want them to bring it to social media, but because I can understand how something this egregious can force a person to outburst to the point where they are willing to tell their story to any tree with ears. The sunny side. Hello, welcome to the show. How are you? Hello,
John.
Turn off the volume of
Good
your radio
afternoon.
set.
Yeah, I've done that right away. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, tell us your name, go ahead.
Yeah, Francis. Yeah, Joyce. You know, it hurts. It hurts. When one
Have you
of
been
you-
betrayed before? Honey, what is it?
Oh, Joyce, I've had a bad time, man. I've had a bad time.
Wait.
I have a budding relationship and in business-wise, I've had it terribly, terribly. Just, I once told you my story, you know. It's quite hot. It's quite hot, Joyce. I don't even know how to tell my story on the air. I wish I had your private contact and I can share my story with you.
Why would you want to share your story with me private? Honey, put it on social media. I'll pick it up from there. You want to tell me your problems? Why?
Joyce, it's quite hot. But in this issue of Pale and Paul, I'm of opinion they try and settle their mother amicably.
Is this the kind of matter you think that they can settle? You know, there's some kinds of matters you can easily settle. Is this the kind of pain that you think is easy to settle or to assuage, if you know what I'm talking about? Can this really be dealt with?
In as much as they have their life here, they can still settle their matter. So they shouldn't threaten each other. Please, you haven't got into this. All we are talking about here is material thing. But life above all. That's what I think. But in terms of betrayal, oh man, it's quite hot, Joyce. I'm still struggling to let go. But forgiving, no one has the power to forgive. It takes God. It takes divine intervention of God for one to let go. But humanically speaking, it's not easy to let go. It's not easy. It's not easy, Joyce. I know what I'm saying.
Thank you.
I know what I'm saying.
Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate. I think when people say they should go and deal with their problems, they don't understand the gravity or the pain a person can bear as a result of something that has caused them pain. There are some pains you can pretty just fix. You can fix with a cup of ice cream. You can fix with a cup of coffee. You can fix with an apology. There are some things you can do to somebody, and an apology could not fix it. Oh, yeah. There's some things you can do to someone, and I'm sorry, cannot. Something else has to fix that, if it's fixable. So this whole reaction of, they should fix their problem, I think it's lazy. I think it's just being unaware about the consequence of pain that one human is capable of causing the other person, and what that pain can do to the person to whom it's been caused. So, yeah, I can leave you to debate that. Welcome. Have you handled betrayal before? How are you?
Hello, good afternoon.
Tell us your name, you can go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon, welcome. Tell us your name, you can go ahead.
Yeah, Madam Joy, yeah. Please, this very, this discussion, the discussion this afternoon is very, very odd, honestly. So, me, I do have no experience, disappointment from people or,
Really? Oh, blessed are you.
But something is about to happen to me. That's why yesterday I was even walking by the roadside and I was thinking about it. My immediate elder brother, 2003 February or March thereabouts. I think I have some little change of money. Now decide of, okay, what can I do this money with? And the area which, is living around Ogun State. When I discussed with him, not quite long before that time, there is a land to get purchased there, and and I sent him 300K. Hello, ma.
I'm here. Please go ahead.
So, and I sent him 300K with hope that he was guaranteeing me of I will get a secure land from the Omonilia of 18 and thereabouts. And I sent him this morning. I said, okay, please let me know when you get this thing so that I can come over and look at it. But I told him I want the new land. This is where he's living. He's doing poultry business and he knows these people very well. They have been buying land from them already. So I kept pushing of, asking about it, how is it. Until later he was telling me that the land he wanted to almost put my money into, that it was not genuine. Okay, please look for the genuine one. Later I keep disturbing him. Then later he told me that he has spent my money. I was like, what do you mean? this money I told you I want, this is what it's meant for. So why will you tell me now that you have spent the money? Definitely you have spent my money before you, all of this one that time that you are telling me that
the land wasn't genuine.
Land, genuine land. Then around this year, not like 2 months ago, my work, take me to that side and I branched his place with his family. And I was discussing with him. It was late in the midnight. I was how far about this my land, this land of it, and it was like, and it's like we refund my money. And I could remember my parents came over to Lagos around early this year, around April. So I went to see them at Badagry, and my father was hinting me that my elder brother that he has secured 1 hectare of land in that area. So now, and I was like, so if you can spend my money and you for the same things that I said I want to buy, and you can acquire such huge amount of land. And yesterday I was thinking within me by the roadside. I said I will not ask him about this money. Whatever anything I want to do, I will go to him. I will sit his wife down and let her know that see what I do. See what me and your husband is trying to do, but see what he later did. All I want to do is because I said I'm so desperate about that land. I said I will not collect money from him back. I would rather tell him out of that 1 hectare of land you buy, just give me, if it is half plot, if it is a plot that my 300 naira is equivalent to, just give me. I don't want.
Is this your blood brother? Same mother, same father?
Yeah, it's the same father, same mother. It's even the one, like Yoruba will say, is the one that I was giving birth to after him.
He bought property, but spent your money.
Yes, we discussed.
You're there now.
He advised me of getting land property from his side. Then I sent him that money that year, 2003, around February, March.
Okay.
Then later he was telling me the land is not available. The new one that he don't want to forfeit him with the fake ones that we later have issue. Then later he told me I spent my money. And I was like,
I get it.
Why would you spend my money?
Let me ask
money
you.
Is left for solo thing. This is a project money. Then earlier this year, my father came to Lagos and he was telling me.
I get the story now. I get the story. Please let
me
ask.
I visited him, and my father told me that my brother has also secured,
Okay,
like
I get the story. Let me ask you, please.
And I was thinking of,
Lord.
How can you get 1 hectare of land? I mean, I'm talking of just a plot.
You wouldn't even let me speak.
So, and I sent you this money since how many years? And
why can't he hear me?
And yesterday, when I was thinking about it, when I was coming from work, I was just, concluding in my mind that I will never collect money back from him.
Okay.
I would rather, out of that 1 hectare of land I bought, I would rather go to him and tell him to give me my own part.
All right. Thank you so much for calling me. I do appreciate it. Thank you.
For you to know how people
You're about to face something. I don't know what it is, but you're on the verge of something. And I wish you and your brother a fair outcome. I wish you a win. But I don't want to speak on it just yet. Thank you. Now, that's exactly what this topic is about.
He needed someone to vent to.
No, that's exactly what this topic is about. Now, he's about, I don't want to call it betrayal just yet, but it has all the hallmarks of it. Hello, welcome to Nigeria Info. You're on the sunny side. Can you hear me? Hello. Hey, the phone lines are jamming. Hey, Nigeria Info, you're on the sunny side. Good afternoon to you. Welcome.
Hello, good afternoon.
Thank you for being here. Turn up the volume of your radio set. We're Nigeria Info. What's your name?
This is Wale from Lekki.
Welcome, Wale.
Yeah, concerning this matter, I don't want to be pointing fingers and I don't want to be siding one or the other. But this is a family matter. And there's a Yoruba adage that says 3 people cannot be friends. No matter how. 3 people can never be friends. In this kind of matter, God is supposed to play an elderly role in there.
What?
No matter what.
Who's supposed to play an elderly role? But you don't have that. That's not the situation. Talk about the situation, because many times you talk about the things you dream of. You're not in Wonderland, honey. Talk about the real issue.
No matter how the issue may be, this issue has been coming up since for a very long time.
Leave Jude alone. Talk about your experience about betrayal. So Jude is not even the conversation.
My own experience with betrayal is that once you betray me, goodbye. Never say welcome again.
It sounds straightforward then. Thank you. Thank you so much for calling. Nigerian for callers. When I give you a story, I can understand that you map out what the ideal is. And it's good because it truly also helps your understanding. But the purpose of the conversation is I've given you a playbook. So you are supposed to move the puzzle around with the playbook, not with your imagination. Yeah, your imagination is necessary, but you should hold your opinion and be able to hold this other opinion. Thank you. I know you get it. All right. Because what Jude is supposed to be is not anywhere in the offing of the conversation. Hello. Thank you for being here. Tell us your name.
I choose to be anonymous.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. Betrayal really hurts. Hurts so bad that it can lead to something else. I live in Ogun State, and an elder cousin of mine called me to help her get some acres of land, which of course I did creditably. Everything receipted, with no money paid into my account, but done through a third party. She promised to fix my vehicle that I was using to get the land and work on it. She promised to complete my own house I was building that got up to lintel. Then, because of that promise, no payment, no reward, nothing was promised, only on the ground that at the end of the project, she will fix my doors and then complete my house for me. With all promise, with all beauty of all the promise. Towards the end of the project, suddenly, she brought workers from our other company and took over the job from me. Now, I've been left in limbo because over a year, I have been down at home, left my business, left my means of livelihood, and now she refused to fulfill her promise, and then she dumped me. You know, it hurts.
Like she used you and dumped you, like a bad girlfriend.
Yes.
Yeah.
He used me and dumped me. And this is a family member. This is the eldest cousin in the whole of my family.
You need somebody, you know.
And okay, now, I just hand everything over to God because I don't really want to wash my dirty linen in the public. I just have to keep calm, hoping that someday God will reward me and settle me. That's one out of so many betrayals I've had. Wow. And by the grace of God, I've had the courage to. Okay. And my own eldest brother, I served like a houseboy from the age of 19. I was almost like a totally houseboy. The same blood brother, eldest. I was a nanny to his children. I would scrub the floor, wash his pants, cook his meal, go to the market, go to the farm, then side by side, go to do labor job to write my WASC exams and the GCE to further my academics. Then at the time he got his documents to travel overseas, there was a vacant space for a dependent relative. He chose to fill for his children and his wife, and he left that place vacant. And that journey was to facilitate my going with him too. Imagine I spent so many years serving him. At the verge of traveling overseas, he dumped me and closed all doors against me. I still struggled, did myself a good favor, went back to school and graduated as an accountant. That's just two. The third one is time permits. A wife I married for 25 years. I would wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock, go labor inside Lagos, work hard, paid school fees of 150,000 a year for my children, pay house rent, feed everybody. She was not working. I carried everybody on my shoulders. Only for her to corner my children against me, lie that I belong to secret court, that they should run away from me. She took my children from me. 4 years now, I can't see them. That's just 3 of my life experience. But you know, I stay calm, and in my place they say somebody where they cry, you see the see road. But I thank God I had to gather myself in Ogun State. To the glory of God, God visited me again and made way for me and helped me to overcome all this. But I didn't fight back. I didn't do anything hurtful to them or to myself. But I decided to forge ahead and then move on. So those are some of my, I don't know what is difficult to trust human beings, even blood relations, But I don't know if it has to be for eternity, but whatever it is, in my own case, I handle them calmly and I'm living good, and I hope that tomorrow will still be better for me.
I appreciate you calling in.
So
be strong.
I appreciate
Thank you.
Your program.
Thank you. It's not even Confessions Thursday. You're listening to 99.3 Nigeria Info. Okay, hold on. Telephone lines and then WhatsApp. WhatsApp, please wait for me. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. If you'll tell me your name, you can go ahead.
So I think you're using this story as a reference point. The idea from my own point of view is for people to learn tomorrow, rivalry, problem, challenges of life. Life is like a biscuit. You never know where to break from. I'm sure I've had my own fair share of betrayals, but the lessons to glean from this story that has been on for a very long time for me is try the best you can. The biggest problem a human being can have is family feud. You can have problem with Nigeria, you can have problem with a business partner, you can have problem outside. But if you have problem inside, it will sap your life. It will actually sap your Calabar people call it Mbofo. The problem of inside the house is worse than any other problem you can think of. And for me, looking at this story in case in point you said, I really feel for the children. So no cousins, no uncle. You know what these children may have benefited from uncles, from cousins over the years.
They don't need to benefit anything. Their parents are wealthy, except you're talking about something else.
So, Joyce, it's like you started by saying there are some relationships that money can't cure.
If it's a good one. If it's the good one.
If
it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. Even if it's your mom.
I agree with you. If it's bad, it's bad. But let me tell you, nothing sticks closer than a blood brother.
No. There's a friend that sticks closer than... No, excuse me. No, excuse me. Nothing sticks. No, there are friends that stick... Excuse me. There are friends that stick closer than a brother. You don't want me to talk. You want my tongue? What is the issue here?
So, for me, I think the lessons in there for me to learn or to project for tomorrow is I will try all the best I can, given what I can do, to avoid conflicts that will drain my energy. And like somebody said, you walk away and never look forward to seeing that person that betrayed you. That's my contribution.
Thank you so much. There are friends that stick... that's what I wanted to say. There are friends that stick closer than a brother. And so here is the thing. And I think that there is maybe the deliberate attempt to preserve family, and you're right. But you see, with the atrocity between Cain and his brother Abel, those kinds of things exist on the face of the earth. Maybe you're praying it's not you, but it exists. It's a thing. Let's not act like it doesn't exist and that you... Cain even killed his brother. It's just that part 5, there's a clip where Jude threatens... Well, he says to him, if you're going to come to my house, bring your casket. You see that? It happens. Now, the issue is, depends on how quickly you catch it. You can prevent the worst from occurring, where the only thing you have to lose is you separate, you sever the relationship. So this person goes and you go your way. These things will happen. Good. We've dealt with that ignorance or that unawareness. WhatsApp.
Additional from Ikorodu says, I have a terrible experience with my ex, who I paid for her school fees till she graduated. I later got a shop for her where she sells ladies' wear. But getting to our introduction, she told me that, or she told her mother that she's pregnant for my boss's friend. This happened at Ogun State, Ijebu Igbo. Until today, I was still pained. I have forgiven her. Now I'm better. But for someone to experience betrayal, they never come out of it for the rest of their life.
I hope you come out of it. Because I don't know a situation where you are a human being in it.
Betrayal with some people is like a rabbit hole you never wish to go into, but if you had a glimpse of where the attack on trust leads, Indeed, history is littered with fatalities born out of betrayal. That's Ibilade from Badagry. This person says, I understand your perspective, Joyce, on why you think it's a bad idea for P Square to bring their issue to. Oh, why it isn't a bad idea for P Square to bring their issue to social media. But unfortunately, social media doesn't think that way. Peer pressure easier to manage than social media pressure. He says social media people do nothing but pour fuel into a burning fire, except if you do not want to read their comments. I can even say that social media fueled Wizkid and Davido's issue. All I'm saying is bringing these whole issues that can be settled in court to social media is bad for their brand and their career.
You have a point, but your point is removed from pain and the consequence of it. You have a point. It's like I've heard people say, and so maybe what you need to feel is pain. There's a kind of pain that you feel. You would know that it's a thin line. You know, they told you it's a thin line between love and hate. It's actually a thinner line between sanity and insanity. There's a pain that you feel. You would know that when it says, give me that praise, the valley of the shadow of death.
Yeah.
What was that?
When you walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
That walking through the valley of the shadow of death is an actual place. It's not imaginative. It's not a metaphor. It is a location. And pain would bring you there. The only reason I don't have my story on social media was because I had a dream. Well, I had dreams. I kept having dreams. So I had comfort. I had solace. Because what pain would do. So pain can break your spirit. And once the spirit of a man is broken, you're talking because you're in the comfort of your home and you can press your phone and you think you're rationalizing pain from outside of it. If you have felt, you would go through pain and it will change your humanity. You go through pain, it changes your thinking. You go through pain, it changes your perspective on the world. You go through pain and you die.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
In every family, there are moments that bring everyone together. The school run, the drive home, weekend adventures, the laughter around the table. Now there's a radio station built for those moments. From Lagos to Abuja to Port Harcourt, Kids FM 101.7 is where parents and children come together through music, fun, learning, games, stories, and shared experiences. A station designed for the whole family. Safe, positive, engaging. A place where curiosity is encouraged, imagination comes alive, and family time matters because the best memories are made together. Tune in to Kids FM 101.7 in Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt. Kids FM 101.7. Family, let's play.
101.7 Kids FM.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
You've not had the privilege of pain. You've not had the privilege of pain. You will go mad. When I tell you that when I went through betrayal, or when I went through what I thought was betrayal, that the only way I could describe it was like I just opened the door and the devil walked in. Well, you thought it was a tea party? You thought he just like... And you see, and it's the kind of pain, for me, the kind of pain that conflicts with your philosophy. It conflicts with your mind. It challenges your faith. You're on WhatsApp, you're typing an opinion. If you go through pain, you can't afford... let's continue this show. Good God. So I want you to pray. I know you won't pray.
to give
for
them
the
prayer
privilege.
points.
No, for the privilege to just understand pain. You would go through pain. It would change your DNA. You think it's pain your food fell on the floor. Or your girlfriend left you. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. You think it's poetry. What's up?
This person says family is supposed to be our safest place, but when betrayal happens, the pain cuts the deepest. No amount of money or fame can replace genuine love, trust, and unity. Choose peace while there is still time. Ijeri from PH.
Peace versus money. At this point, that's exactly what it's looking like, right?
Good afternoon, Joyce and Kemi. Please tell that guy with the issues of land that if his brother should eventually give him that part of the land, he should please sell it out and never build there. A word is enough for the wise.
A caller.
Okay. I was betrayed. He has a point. I was betrayed by my blood brother while in Russia, hustling and sending money out for a property in Lagos, only to return many years back to realize that my brother had forfeited all properties and sent my money to be... I sent my money to be built. That is the highest form of betrayal, and I would never smile with him until we leave this earth.
He gave his brother money to build a house for him here? Is
To
that what
build
he's...
yes, to buy properties in Lagos.
And then what,
and then he came back from Russia after many years
and found nothing.
Nothing. Yes, I said that's it. The end.
That's no longer a brother, man.
It's gone.
What? And I've seen videos of Nigerians who have said we sent money back home to family
it's
to
a
do
thing.
something for us here.
And there's
your
also
family squanders your money.
There's also the ones that they send money, the promise of, you are going to help them, you are going to do something for them. They do it for you. The labor that you cannot pay an outsider to do, they do the labor and you just forget them. Like that man that said he was used and dumped. That there's also that case. So it goes both ways.
It's 2 p.m.
Yep, it's time for the news.
We're discussing pain.
Betrayal.
Through betrayal. We'll be right back.
Reconciliation.
And insightful station.
The Nigerian, how did he die? Is the question.
South African lives were lost unwantonly like this on Nigerian soil. Would the SA government be prying into cause of death?
South Africans are against their own African brother. Government go there, hold a meeting with them. Then we sit on.
The security paramount to them, they are going to make sure that inaction doesn't work.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk.
It's 2 o'clock. The headline news on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info, and this is the headline news. The federal government opens window for Nigerians to review state policing bill. And Tinubu congratulates Team Nigeria on 24 medal Commonwealth Games performance. Lagos Waste Management Authority LOMA issues intention to seal notices to parts of Oshodi Market. And Osun Governor Adeleke appeals to Tinubu over political crisis. Wike accuses Onoyekan of taking sides. The National Broadcasting Commission (NBC) to appeal judgment stopping it from fining broadcast stations. JAMB Registrar unveils 5-year plan to improve digital services and public trust. And Guinea withdraws from ECOWAS single currency plan. Iran warns the United States of attacks over naval blockade threats. And finally, Nigeria sends 15 athletes to World Athletics Under-20 Championships in Oregon. And that's all on the news, making the headlines at this hour in the number one station for talk, news, and sports. My name is Israel Umar. This On the Side with Joyce continues.
If news is your quest, or gist your request, well, somewhere over your rainbows.
Over your rainbow!
Is the sunny side.
They better know it!
With Joyce.
I want to also play the part 5. I think we can squeeze that in. I think we should squeeze it in. So let's try follow through on Peter's perspective, and we'll come back. You're listening to 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're discussing betrayal, or at least what you think it is, what you understand it to be. It is what it does to you. It is who does it to you. Almost like, yeah. Let's hear Peter. Why can't I hear him?
I think early 2015 is now beginning to make sense to me. After EFCC told me everything based on the investigation, this particular incident started making sense to me. Why the sudden attack? Let me tell you guys what happened in that video. Somewhere about 2014, we started to split our property. Remember, we split this property with Jude. We split every property we have 3 ways with Jude, which we were not even supposed to. I heard some people say Jude invested in P Square. Jude was just a student like us. In fact, we all graduated the same time. The same time I left school, that was when Jude left. Jude was doing nothing. Let Jude prove if he had an employment or if he was doing anything. The person that sponsored us as a brother was our eldest brother, the one that is older than Jude, Henry. I don't want to tell you guys what he's going through today because of St. Jude. Another story for another time. So, what happened? We have a house in America, then Squareville in Omole, 2 wings, duplex. We all decided to share our properties into 3. So while we were building this particular house in Paul and Juice on here in Parkview, the lawyer drafted a resolution for us. Everybody signed. Resolution in the sense that till these 3 new houses we're building becomes habitable. Peter now owns the house in America. Jude now owns Omole, Squareville, right wing. Paul now owns the left wing. Now, because Jude took the particular one that we were living on, because it has furniture, everything, Paul took the empty side. I don't know why he did that, but now because Peter's house looks as if it has a little bit more value, he says I will balance Paul, I think 25 or 30 million. Yeah, let's say 30 million here, in order to balance the equation. No problem. They prepared the document, we all signed, shared property 3 ways, which we're not even supposed to. Another story for another time. It's okay. I'm not complaining. Brotherly love. We left it. Then dollar went from like about 180 that time to about 300 and something. That's what that means. Peter's properties now has value. Because now, let's say the house is what? $500,000. If I change it, if I sell the house and I decide to change the money, you know what that means. Dollars we're talking about. Jude and Paul were not themselves. Why? I had a long trip. I traveled to Turkey, Antalya to be precise. I went to go and stay with Samuel Eto. He's my friend. I stayed there for like almost 2 months with him. I was there. I got a phone call from our assistant manager that we have a show in 2 days' time. So no problem, I packed my bags. I traveled. Touchdown, Lagos. I got a message from our US caretaker. I got a message from her saying, Peter, why did you guys put the house in America on sale without telling me? Because she's also a realtor. I said, which house? Do you have another house in America? The same apartment? I said, no, we didn't. I think you guys did. Ask your brothers. I've confirmed it. While that was happening, I said, let me just get home because we have a show. By the time I go home, all of them were already on their way. So me, I rushed and I went to the venue. Got backstage. I met Paul. I said, Paul, no vex. Did any of you, or do you have an idea who put the house in America on sale? I said, which house? Like, that house we are supposed to, where by the time we move into this house, she doesn't know what I'm talking about. I went to Jude. I said, Jude, I better go. You got an idea? What would you just say? Come off my front line before I slap you. Did I say anything? Like, did I actually? Guys, this is backstage. Where my colleagues are, friends are, clients are. Like, your next client is actually backstage. You say you're going to slap me. Did I, like, even if you're, leave this brotherly love, like, leave this brotherly thing. Like, what warrants that statement? Next, he wanted to rush me. Some artists there just held him. We almost started fighting. I stood on the table and said, guy, you are fired. He said, you fired me for waiting. Paul started laughing. Paul said, fire Motoma is seen now. While that was happening, They've already introduced us on stage. They gave me the mic. Some of my friends said, Peter, just go and say, like some of the band members, Peter just holding the mic, I dropped the mic and left. I left that venue. Yes, I did. I went to the car. I started posting. I tweeted that Jude has been fired. Anybody that does business with him, this is what Paul did. Paul uploaded a picture on Instagram. A picture that Jude is sitting down. I on the left side, Paul on the side. I know that popular picture. Paul cut me off and replaced me with a recording studio. Started writing things about family. Look at it, guys, look at it. Long story short, of course, I contacted our lawyer, Festus Keyamo. I told him everything about it. He said, you know what, Peter, just go and pay that 30 million to Paul. And everything is 100% yours. I said, I said, okay. I said, no problem. I then now walked up to Jude. I needed 30 million naira check. Of course, he has already known what I wanted to use it for. I wanted to use that to pay Paul. Jude refused to give it to me. Guys, remember, the same P Square that have millions of dollars in their account. The same P Square that has hundreds of millions of naira in their account. I can't get 30 million. You know the most surprising thing? Let me just bring you guys further. When we're in court, they say, me, I'm also a signatory. I say, either I and Paul can also sign. I say, really? I didn't know. And again, me and Paul have never signed any check. So, I don't know where that came from, but let's continue this topic. So, you did give me that money, and I had to run to my wife. When I met my wife, mind you, my wife doesn't know anything, any dealings on P-Square, because the moment I walked up, I was about to walk up to her, what's she going to ask me? You don't have 30 million, like, and I said, like, can you give me 30 million? My wife was like, what happened? I said, I didn't even tell her what I want to use the money. I just say, very important. See, you guys don't have, like, I don't know what to tell her. I swallowed my pride. I was able to convince her. She said she doesn't have such an amount. Of course, she was working for her dad that time. And I said, can you tell your dad? She said, Peter. I said, please, Lola, it's very important. Somehow Lola was able to convince her dad. The next day, Lola's dad gave me a draft of 30 million. I then contacted Festus Keyamo, our lawyer. Mr. Festus, I'm on my way. He says, okay. He was going to send for Paul and Jude. We should come, I think should come around 5 o'clock in the evening. By the time I got there, everyone sat. This is the same office where that incident happened. This is what actually happened in that office. Before they started talking, Jude said, that Festus, I bet, Sean. Festus now look at Jude like, is there need for this? That's okay. After all, if it's Peter, if you agree, if you don't agree, there's nothing will happen, just send it to me. He just gave me a document. That's what I saw. That Mr. Peter Okoye hereby liquidate his shares and now will be replaced with Ifeoma Omokek. I said, where's Ifeoma? I looked. I said, Jude's wife. And I looked at Paul. He's not even Anita. While that was going on, I said, I'm not going to sign it. You say, you don't go sign her. But you get right to say, many people don't do business with me. No side. He asked highest share, him and Paul, 70, that they will throw me out. No. No, I'm just looking at them. I said, try him. He said, Shebi. He's about to. Meanwhile, when all these things were happening, we were building these 3 houses with money coming from Northside Entertainment. While this was happening in like 3, 4, 5 months, you stopped funding my own. They stopped funding my own building. And when that was going on, when they stopped funding my own, I didn't want to bother that moment, and I have my reasons. Because I wanted our lawyer to come and see it by himself. And I told our lawyer, I said, I'm not going to sign this document. You said, you need to go sign her. You need to go sign her. Collect the house for America Moons. Yes, I don't need to sign before it becomes mine. So when all these things were happening, I've already informed the property management over there in Atlanta that here is a document resolution that we have that this house is now mine. And that time, Jude and Paul confirmed it. So right now, I've sent the document to them. So apparently, Jude's wife traveled to America. They didn't allow her to enter. Jude now said, why won't they call the apartment building? Why don't they allow her? They say, you confirm that this building is now Peter's. Say, no, it doesn't belong to you. Say, if it doesn't belong to Peter, send us another document that the 3 of you signed that says it does not belong to Peter. Of course, they know I'm not going to sign it. So in that meeting, I now said, Shebi, your wife, go there. Then pursue. They don't allow her in. So don't worry, the property is already, with or without Paul collecting the 30 million, the property is mine already. You now say, Paul, no collect them. Paul, no, just accept this document. Where could they go? After all, me and Paul will soon move into our own house. And once we move in, this document, this resolution will expire. Everybody will go back to square one. And I said, so all these things is because of dollar have increased. Peter's house, or the property that Peter has added value. That's what I did. I said, Jude, no worry. As you and Paul they move into that house, you need to go follow on moving. Since I don't stop the phone on my own. Jude now said, if you dey come my house, carry your coffee, come. I will shoot you. Like, I will shoot you, bury you, nothing will happen. That was when I pulled out my phone. I started recording. I said, repeat them again. If I go your house, what will happen? I bring my coffee. Repeat them again, too. Carry your coffee, come. If I come, nigga, you don't do it. Repeat it. See, repeat it. What is shame with you? I was recording this video. My twin brother raised his hand and slapped me. Peter, Paul, say shame on you. Peter, Paul, say shame on you. Peter, Paul, say shame on you. Now, because I recorded the video, I left that meeting. Because it was on the mainland. I headed to the island. And I sent the video to Festus Kiam, our lawyer. By the time I was heading almost towards after the bridge, he now called me. I said, just come back, come and carry your document. You know why? Apparently, the lawyer must have told him, Jude, Peter has so many evidence of you threatening to shoot him or kill him. Now he has recorded you. If this in a case really starts, I will not be any of you guys' lawyers. You guys go sort it out yourself. That's how I turned back. They gave me the property document in the United States of America, Atlanta. That was what happened in that video. The video you saw. Yes. Let's not forget, this is not just the first time you has threatened me. Yes, it's not the first time. Now, if you think I'm lying, look at the termination letter I used in September 2017. I wrote it that Jude have threatened me several times. In fact, I remember that the last one he did, Jude threatened that he's going to kill me and he's going to kill my wife. And I reported it to a certain governor that time, before the governor sent for us for a meeting. And after that meeting, in less than 48 hours after that meeting, you posted that threat on Twitter and on Instagram. You posted his hands loading gun.
Minutes past. What time is it? There are some situations. If you're live streaming with us on YouTube, we're still playing the video because the telephone lines are ringing, and I want to believe people want to get into it. We're discussing betrayal, and this is just one account. And I do advise that it's not fortunate for your judgment to take any side. You're just hearing an account. You're hearing. There could be interpretations to it. I mean, it could have been a water gun. It could have been a toy gun. Could have been. There was one time one pastor was driving down the road and somebody was in his way, and he pulled something, and they thought, and social media just went wild. Hey, pastor! Pastor didn't hold anything. It wasn't anything. Yeah, well, it wasn't anything of national threat. So. And I'm not saying that what you heard is not what you heard. I'm just saying that it's a moving story. It's under investigation and account. And I think the necessity of this particular video that's out now, our reference, is to show you how bad it can get when the family feuds. But the family feud is not the problem. It's the reason for it. I mean, you fight with your brothers. You fight with your sisters. Maybe you don't speak for a year and then you make up 2 years. Yeah. But I think that there's some things that can happen. It's even safe for all of you to just stay separately. It's just better. You can forgive each other, but it's only just sensible that you stay apart. Yes, it's to not allow for the continued breeding of animosity and hate or rage. We're getting your views on betrayal. What can it feel like if your sibling said to you, "Oh, I'll kill you"? What can it feel like? What does it do to you? Oh, yeah. And I told you about a few minutes ago that situation between Cain and Abel existed. And because it exists, even if you check mythology, there's got to be myth stories where one demigod killed a brother, a god killed his sons. Though it exists in humanity. Because it happened with the celestials, it's happening on earth. The occults tell you that as above, so below. So what happened with the stars is the culture and nature of mankind. The very nature of sin, the one you were told about. Yeah. Can you forgive betrayal? Let's go to WhatsApp.
Okay. This person says, Joyce, you are defining pain exactly the same way I'm feeling it. I've been feeling it since the past 4 years. When you said pain will change your DNA, I guess I now understand why I have become soulless. I went through pain that my brain becomes damaged and I can't even keep a memory. as little as keeping a small amount of discussion between anyone and I will forget as soon as possible. And loving again, that became a forbidden thing to do again. Some callers think everything should end with "I'm sorry." If they tell you sorry and you move on, what should happen to that brain damage that it cost you? Or the total different you that the betrayal cost you, Uncle? From Anonymous.
I wish you recovery. I wish you healing, because that's exactly what the word is, that you heal. It's almost like you heal from a disease. I think that's exactly what must happen, a kind of delivering you from something that had its claws around you. It's a difficult thing to bear, and I don't have the language to fully capture what it can feel like when you encounter. I think the kind of pain I'm speaking about is what perfectly embodies evil. Is the pain that without any language, you know that you have met evil, or in reverse, evil has met you. It truly fractures your soul. That nothing, and then, like they tell you, you go through pain, and time we heal. You've watched a lot of comedies. You really like the clown show, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's that there is pain that time can heal, and then there is pain that only a miracle can heal. Only a miracle can heal. You've not heard of people that feel pain and die from pain? What's up?
Sunny side with Joyce. Good afternoon, Joyce and Kerry. This is Joseph from Ijegde. I have been betrayed several times that I've made it mandatory for me to develop thick skin. I now have learned to take human beings as they are. After all, God himself was being betrayed by his creatures. Then who am I? Man is man and God is God.
I'm not even sure what your story is, but it doesn't sound like I don't know what to make of it, but thank you. Welcome to Nigeria Info. Sorry, Kemi. Welcome to Nigeria Info. You're on the sunny side. We'll come back to WhatsApp in a moment.
Hello.
Thank you for being here. Tell us your name.
Hello, good afternoon.
Welcome. What's your name?
I'm Sunday. I'm calling from Ikeja.
Let's talk about betrayal. Your betrayal, your experience with it. Or have you betrayed somebody?
Yes, actually, let me say I betrayed somebody and somebody betrayed me.
Oh, fair game.
And there's the one that betrayed me. What makes me feel there's something that I learned from there. Makes me feel stronger. To stand alone. And that is the interpretation there means that where you are, you have no brother, you have no any person that can stand for you.
Can we talk about what you did to somebody? And could you speak up quickly for us, please? Speak like you're going somewhere with time.
Yes, actually, I think that was it's one of my brother, which I betrayed them. He did something good to me that in the return I did something that is not reasonable, and at the same time I realized to apologize. I apologized, but he was adamant, so I had to just let him be.
He refused to forgive you? Is that what this is? He refused to forgive you for what you did to him?
After so many years.
What did you do, though? Can you tell us what you did?
I think it's just I think it's a family issue.
Okay, all right. I can stay outside. Oh, sure. I can stay outside.
I just want to make it confidential. So, but at the end, he forgives me. At the end of all, he forgives me. We see, but we are not together again. So that's okay. That is it.
Thank you very much for calling me. I really do appreciate it. 99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side.
Yeah. This person says, once bitten, twice shy. The wood is where the light enters you. Ibilade.
Ibilade. In the name of all things bright and beautiful, please. The wound, it sounds, that's very poetic. But that's someone else's opinion. I don't want to say you're wrong. And no, you're not wrong. But I don't think that's how the poetry goes. I don't think that's how the story goes. You have to sit with the people's pain and truly establish whether the wound is where the light really enters. Because sometimes betrayal doesn't always have like a happy ending. Sometimes the purpose of betrayal is not for the light to enter. It's for something else to happen, like an awakening of a sort, or maybe a realization, or maybe your eventual death. Like it's not poetry every time. And that's honestly, saying it honestly, that betrayal is not poetic, and it doesn't always have that happy ending. So you understand me when I say that you're adopting someone else's opinion. That's what you're doing. Hold on a second, Kemi, and don't sleep. Welcome.
Joyce, good afternoon.
Tell us your name. Go ahead. Turn up the volume of your radio set. Turn up the volume of your radio set. Turn up the volume of your radio set.
It's off. It's not. It was never on.
Oh, thank you. Go ahead.
Most of our friends on WhatsApp, they don't understand that action called betrayal and pain. It's just like somebody who's bereaved and you tell the person, I feel your pain. You don't have an idea. You don't have an inkling of what that person is going through. And somebody said, I've learned to grow with tough skin. There's some betrayal some don't survive twice in a lifetime. Joyce's mine was so bad that I had to sleep in my business shop for like a week. This was somebody I was helping out. At night, before I get to my house, I'll get to my house at 4 a.m. I would drive him to his second wife's house because the lady was heavy then. At night, this was at the height of NSAS, whatever, before the NSAS protest. I got almost arrested, like, okay, where you go this middle of the night? I could have been shot that period. I thought I was doing a duty. I was rendering a service. These were the same people who came after me. I was having house issues.
Hold on a second, please. I want to go off on a break. I'll come back to you.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Hey there, your favorite Nigeria Info FM shows just got easier to listen to. Missed any of our shows? You can now catch up anytime, anywhere on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Just search for the name of the show, hit play, and enjoy the conversation. Missed it live? No problem. It's all there, waiting for you. Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Every generation is remembered by the voices that refuse to be silent.
Research has shown that
the ones who dared to stand, to question, to challenge. Because history has never belonged to those who simply agreed. It belongs to those who said, I beg to differ. Welcome to the stage where ideas clash, where logic becomes power, and where every argument has the potential to shape tomorrow. This is more than a debate. It's courage in conversation. It's intellect in motion. It is the birthplace of tomorrow's leaders. August 10 at 3 p.m., Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt will come alive for the national finals of the I Beg to Differ Secondary Schools Debate Tournament. The War of Words begins at 3 p.m. on August 10. One podium, countless perspective, one opportunity to be heard. The question is not whether your voice matters. The question is, will the world remember what you had to say? I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
99.3 Nigeria Info comes information, conversation, and the stories that matter.
Similarly, Fubara, he has declared his support for President Bola Tinubu's second term.
Slave for be a slave, no matter the wealth they acquire.
Shola has been working all his life to tell you that he could not be the room and parlor. There's a house for his last born.
To claim he doesn't have any and using that to push his candidacy is disingenuous.
As you continue to have on your mandate, we shall stand. Anything and everything in the National Assembly.
We are just getting lost every day. God will help us, so if we allow God to help us.
Let's talk right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
You are listening to Open Thought on the Sunny Side with Joyce. Let's talk.
I didn't mean to make nobody cry today, just in case. Because now, Cam already told me the conversation is a bad conversation. 99.3 Nigeria Info. And so the conversation is not going well with Kemi. The intention is not to break you. If I wasn't healed, this is the moment where I would be crying, because it took me some years to recover from betrayal. It took me some years. It took me some years. Whew. It took me some years. And oh, thank you, God. Oh, I thank God. It took me some years. But you must face it. You don't even have a choice. You have to face betrayal. You must face the enemy of your life. You must face the darkness. It's like facing the darkness. You don't have a choice. The only way out is in. You must face the darkness. Yeah. It will bruise your heel, but sometimes it doesn't feel like it was just your heel. It bruised, man. Sound like the thing bruised. It feels like the serpent truly bruises your soul. But you'll face it. You'll face it. I can't believe I'm not crying. Hallelujah. Kemi. I can't. This is what victory feels like. Yeah. I came, I saw. Thank you, Jesus. I conquered. Kemi, it's your turn to conquer now, all right?
Yep.
Kemi's crying.
What's up?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want them to know so that when they hear your voice crack, they can cry too. You give them license to cry. All right? So Kemi's crying and you can cry if you're listening to Nigeria Info this afternoon. Yeah, sometimes it's not even shiggy they've shown you. They've shown you the very belly of the beast. Kemi.
Hi, Joyce and Kemi. I have a set of twin sisters, age 52. One is based in Ontario and the other is in Sydney.
Should I read?
Yes.
Should I read? Oh, this is. Oh my God. You're on the sunny side. .2:30 on the clock. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Welcome. So I'll read. I'm on WhatsApp right now. Where do I begin? Thank you. Beautiful afternoon to you, Joyce. My name's Austin. P Square's debacle is validation of the Cynthia Morgan accusation a decade ago. But one can't really call this karma, though. Peter once claimed, I am not Maydi and Cynthia Morgan. So could this be karma for looking away when those two were violated? Now, all of these are assumptions. This doesn't hold anything. The human heart is the most deceitful of all things and desperately wicked. Who really knows how bad it is? Sibling rivalry mostly arise from knowing whom their parents' favorites are. Then they go on to violate themselves when their parents are no more. Thanks. All right. So remember, this issue, you don't know the details. And so it's just be like me. Just stay outside. And that's why I'm asking you for your own human experience. I'm asking you for how you have dealt with it. Or maybe you have been the cause of somebody else's pain. You are the betrayal. And maybe this is a moment for self-reflection. My name is Austin. He says, I'm a criminologist. I've been following this matter and my verdict is... Peter was betrayed by his family. I thank God for his wife, the wife that Peter married. So here's our criminologist. But do you have all the facts, though? Criminologist. Can you really say you have all the facts, or you are scooping off of what has been given to social media? Well, I can always leave you with your persuasions. Thank you. Sunnyside, good afternoon. Joyce, please, let's organize a betrayal conference. It will shock you how loud it will turn out to be. I have been out of job since May, all around this topic, betrayal. Here is a Debanjo from IKD. He says we should have a betrayal conference, and he has been out of a job because somebody betrayed him. I wish you would just give me the detail, to be honest. I wish you would just tell me here. Let's see. Are we still saying blood is thicker than water after this bitter dispute between two brothers from the same womb who are twins? I know the Old Testament story of Esau and Jacob and the role their mother played in tearing the two apart. But this one about Paul and Peter of the defunct P Square is on a different level of animosity born out of betrayal. I hope it does not get worse than this. This is actually bad. This is a very lengthy one. Anonymous says, has she read this one? The reality of betrayal is something sometimes to move on. I'm sorry, you don't. The best thing is to make sure there is conspicuous reason for everybody to be on his or her own. I was embarrassed to know that the reason my sister told her children to not have anything to do with me was because she has resentment she held against me, citing events that happened when I was less than 15 years old. Even though we had some issues, that at a point I went to her family and begged her to forgive me of all the wrongs she felt I did. Can we stop there for a moment? Of all the wrongs she felt you did, or of all the wrongs you did. Did you do her no wrong? So I'm not judging you. I'm underscoring something. What I think you did to me and what you did to me are two different things. So if you're accepting responsibility, it should be what I did to you. All right, I'll continue. In 2024, the bubble busted. She still made reference to the same thing that happened when I was less than 15. At this, I believe it was over. I decided to sever the relationship myself, making emphatic statements that at this point I could be covertly poisoned. Hence, if you are far away from your enemy. Hence, if you are far away, the sentence is not so clear. You say further, it will be difficult to harm you. Oh, so you decided to leave or be away from your sister because your enemies, if you're far away from them, could not have the opportunity to harm you. Okay, but if you believe you're together, not knowing you have an enemy within, your elimination is very easy and simple. Anonymous, thank you very much for writing me. Olu says, good afternoon, Joyce. Everybody keeps talking about people who betrayed them. As for me, let me confess my betrayal. Tinubu was my friend way back when we were young. He was a brilliant guy, but I was not close to him in that. Which Tinubu now, please? Oh, come on now, y'all take me seriously. We attended the same primary and secondary school in Orile Agege. Tinubu's grades were better than mine, so I stole his primary and secondary school results and got into university education.
Joyce is playing with you. He's playing.
Your charger is gonna burn. Your phone is going to fall into water. What kind of rubbish is that?
He literally said he stole the certificate.
I'll be trying to take it seriously. Some people are crying on the show this afternoon, all right?
Yeah. Good afternoon, sisters. Please pardon my wide imagination. What if this is about gathering the social media crowd? Remember, you also said it could be a toy gun that he had in his hand.
Is that a question?
Yeah.
Of course, you know I'm being silly, but I'm allowing for the possibility of interpretation because the matter is in court. So no, he can't gather anything besides the facts. He can't gather anything besides the truth. So if he were lying, well, there is life to pay back. There is the courts because the matter is in court. There is what lying can do to you psychologically and emotionally. Like, come on now. All the things I want to pay him back for his foolishness or evil are all lined up in his life. So I don't think... and again, remember that I'm referencing the story. But the question is, what is your experience with betrayal? This is a very good reference. But I'm just asking you what your experience with betrayal is. You seem not to have a story. That's also why you don't have a commentary or contribution to the topic. So I'm going to say thank you very much for writing me.
Next person. This person says, hi, Joyce and Kemi. I have been betrayed several times, and the last betrayal cost me the life of my beloved wife. Wow. Since then, I have never known pain like I know now.
Believe it or not, there is no getting over the pain. I'm not trying to feel better anymore. I'm giving up on that. I am just letting to channel it elsewhere at the moment. And I have to do this daily, every hour, every minute, every moment. It's been 5 years, but it seems like yesterday. I remember every detail and pain as real as ever, while the tears flow freely. However, God keeps coming through for me when I let Him. And my 2 lovely children are the motivation that keep me going.
All right, Kemi, can I ask you a question?
Yeah. Go on.
All right, I'm glad you came back.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try not to pry into your pain. I'm not going to, I promise you.
Okay.
But I wish you'd face it. So I want you to face it, all right? Okay. How do you feel? So, like, why are you crying? And remember that I'm not trying to pry into it. I'm just piquing your mind up. And I want people to understand that it's okay to be hurt from something that you're not the one who's supposed to feel shame. Something was done to you. You understand? Yeah. And I want you to give yourself the liberty to express your pain. You're not the look, if you don't accept it, you can't change anything. Yeah. And you will be a victim to the pain. You'll be a victim to the memory, and then you'll be a victim to the pain. So first you have to, let me tell you what I went through when I was going through my own betrayal. In a trance, I was told that the only way out of it was through it. And I've said the same thing. I've given you exactly what I was given. All right?
Yeah.
I was told the only way you can come out of this is to come through it. It's like you have to survive the pain. So can I ask you what you're going through?
So basically,
how do you feel? How do you feel? Okay.
It's exactly what this last message I read. That's exactly what I'm going through now. It's just knowing that at this point, I don't think there's any getting over it. I think it's just it's hidden away somewhere, and when something pokes at it, it just opens up again, and it's you just try to channel that pain somewhere else, because I mean, how many times do you want to cry? Literally, crying doesn't really change anything. What has happened, and somebody said to me one time, was like, "Oh, what's the harsh reality of life?" One of the people where I think was doing the burial that sentence came out. I was just like, harsh reality of life. Like, it's funny because, like you said, you can speak from outside pain, but when you are in it, it's a different ball game entirely. Especially when you picked on something and you said sometimes there's no happy ending to betrayal. It can end in death. And if they told me that was possible, I wouldn't agree, or I wouldn't have agreed. And now,
if they told you that it was possible for the person who betrayed you to be capable of betrayal, you would not have agreed. Is that what you're saying?
Not just that, but like, if they told me that when someone gets betrayed and everything, at the end of the day, it can end. Like, that betrayal can just
end a life.
Oh, it can drive you to your death without you knowing. And apparently, before I would have said, is it that bad? God will help you get out of it. Is it that serious? But witnessing it throughout, like the time frame that I witnessed what that was, I can say it's true. And it's so very sad that it's true.
It is sad that it's true.
That it can end in life. So.
Oh, well, I didn't mean to.
That's
but it's but look, Kemi.
Yeah, okay.
You should. I think I cry more than you. And this is not for the award for best crier. But you should cry as much as you can. Don't suppress your emotions.
Sometimes there's no time to cry.
Let me tell you why I think you don't understand what I mean. I would go on walks just to cry. I would walk for an hour just to cry. So I'll go on a walk to cry. I would wake up in the dead of night and cry. You're not facing this thing. I'll wake up in the dead of night and I'll cry. I'll wake up in the morning before I had my coffee and cry. I'll wake up in the morning while having coffee and cry. I'll cry after. I'll come to work and cry. I'll be presenting on radio and I will discuss a topic. And between the conversation that a caller has introduced to the topic, it will remind me of betrayal, and I will turn off the microphone, play music, and go and cry. Girl, I've cried everywhere. I've cried in church. One time I was in church, and the pastor was preaching, and I remembered the betrayal, and I cried so much on my seat that I couldn't contain the pain. I went to the church bathroom to cry, and a young lady that had just gotten married came to me, and she just held me. She didn't ask me my name. She didn't say a word. She just held me, and she just... If you're listening to radio, hi. She didn't say a word. She didn't ask me my name. She just held me, and she just stayed there. She just held me, and she just stayed there. And I wailed. Now that I think about it, it makes me want to cry. You would go through pain, and the only way out is death. I think you've not met pain. You would go through pain. Only comprehensible way out is death. Whether they kill you or you kill them. Now you make me cry.
I'm sorry.
Now we're there.
Okay.
I think that sometimes people, your opinion of pain is you're not even in this sphere. You're not even in the universe. And I think I want you to imagine when it was said that the enemy will bruise your heel. I want you to imagine what the statement is trying to say, because I doubt you can comprehend what the statement is saying. That the serpent will bruise your heel. So almost as though there is a guarantee that there is a snake that is at your back and it's here to bite you. Welcome to Open Thought Tuesday. We're talking betrayals. Welcome to Nigeria Info. My name's Joyce, and I hope you're not crying. Now my makeup's bad. I'm trying to look pretty. Hi, welcome to the sunny side. Welcome, Nigeria Info.
Yeah, thanks for picking my call. Yeah, but I must just confess that I did not steal anybody's certificate. That individual must be so hilarious. That individual must be hilarious. I mean, first, thanks for being real for this organic sort of presentation. And first, I want to urge as many who are feeling engulfed in the flame of betrayal, I want to acknowledge your pain and wish you the strength you require to be stable. Because I don't want to use the word move on, because that's not down to me. Like you said, thankfully, I've never been in such a situation. The close to betrayal I felt was somebody, a relative, telling me that, oh, I am supposed to be the one that have what you have. I am supposed to be the one that have this access. And I believe humans speak based on the state of their mind.
Absolutely.
I don't think that was accidental. And immediately I kind of feel, okay, you are not my friend. And I kept my distance from them. So the issue of P Square and the family, I think, please respect their pain. Don't simplify their pain by saying, oh, let them just sort it out among family. It's not always like that. You are not in their shoe. Let them solve it whichever way they consider best to them. Okay? Because if it's important. We've got to be emotionally sensitive. We've got to respect people's experience. You've not been there. You've not been betrayed. So don't come and tell me, somebody just came. Come on, look at Peter. Now, I'm not judging. I don't know the details of the story. I don't know that's his side of story. I get it. But whatever side of story you're hearing, don't simplify it. It's not always easy. Your brother, there are brothers that can poison their brothers. There are outsiders who are more dependable than your family members. There are outsiders who are more reliable than the people you trust, than your trusted friends. And sometimes you don't know who is there for you until you begin to do well around them, until you begin to trust them and see how they can betray you. But in the midst of all of this, don't simplify people's pain. Don't underplay their experiences by telling them, oh, just pray about it. It is not always easy. I do not necessarily believe in miracle, but I know one thing, that those who are deeply pained,
if they betray you, you would look for a miracle.
No. I mean, can I please conclude my thoughts?
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, sure, please.
Yeah, I mean, what I mean is, it is only miracle that can heal those who are truly betrayed. In that context, I believe in miracle. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Thank you. And this is the kind of honesty that I like. He hasn't experienced it, but he is intelligent enough to reserve judgment, to compartmentalize pain, to simplify pain, to commonize pain. People have felt pain and gone to kill somebody. People have felt pain and killed another person. And you ask them why, they tell you because of what this person did. I'm glad you're here. It's Open Thought Tuesday. Welcome to the show. My name's Joyce. What's yours? Can you hear me? WhatsApp caller. Cry for me, Argentina. Welcome to the show. Good to have. Thank you for your patience.
It's really great to see how emotional it's been getting today. I too, I felt it. I mean, Kemi was crying. I felt it, and then you started crying. You said I could start to cry, but yeah, it really hit a nerve. Thank you. I think when pain comes to you, personally, this is just my opinion. It doesn't have to be a general one. When you've seen the pain, when it's marinated in your soul, your spirit, you won't even see tears again. You just start laughing sometimes. I feel like a part of me is dead. I feel like I'm living half a life. My mom always used to say this thing then, if you were going to give me meat while I still have my teeth complete. I just didn't understand what it means until the lady that paid for my tuition, paid for my everything that made me grow. I want to go on a new career path. She's there for me. How much do you need now? Okay, I'm coming. Let me take a loan. You pay me back. How she gives it to me. I was able to go through school, finish school. She couldn't even do anything for us. She had to pause her own career, her own education for me. This is the girl I was dating. And as soon as I got a job, I graduated, got a job, things started getting better out of abject poverty. This lady just died. I didn't mean it. I began to ask myself, why? This girl was just 25. There was no reason for her to die. She had no background of health issues or whatever. I felt that pain to the fact that everything, I just wanted to get to the point where I would say, it was all worth it. I'll thank you for being by my side the whole time. Right now, people say, just take it as part of she came, she sacrificed a bit of herself for you. I don't want that. The person I want to do life with is dead. Right now, I feel like there's no point for anything. I don't have any family. I've experienced betrayals many times. I can remember from my family. So my family is this lady who's dead right now. I can't even move on with my love life because nobody can be her. For the last 15 years of my life, she's her voice every day. She sings me a birthday song in the last week. So I can't just move on. And it's numbed me to a point that when something bad happens around me, I just like, okay, all right, fine. I don't even feel that empathy no more. I'm like, so who deserves it then? Is it my girlfriend who died? No one deserves to die. So you want me to cry? As much as I love this very nice actor that died recently, as soon as I saw her, I just scrolled past. All right, fine. The one that hurt me the most was this guy that was this incident with this teacher in Ibadan. I saw that video live. That was why I knew I was gone. I saw it. I was like, all right, fine. No one deserves it anyway. I don't feel anything anymore because that's how I don't cry. I used to cry to a point where I drive now, and then the street light moves from red to green, and I'm just paused. Everyone's honking behind me. Are you going or not? What's wrong with you? Because I'm not even here. I'm not alive. There's no point moving. So what I'm just trying to say is that pain can be really, really tormenting. And you ask yourself, should I just die? Because the future, I've got the money I need right now. I can say I'm successful. I'm living quite well. But what is it? How can you climb to the top of Kilimanjaro and there's no one to share the beautiful view with? It's all empty up here. Pain can be really, really tormenting. I just want people to understand that when someone is going through pain, you have no idea what they are going through. Don't say you feel their pain. Don't say God will heal you. Just shut up, hold their hands, and walk away if you can, because you can never, in your wildest dreams, feel their pain or understand how they feel. That's just my submission.
I want to say something to you before you go.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling me. Truly, I'm grateful that you called me, because your calling has introduced something that is never a conversation.
Yeah.
The light in the soul. So you are here admitting on radio to me and everybody within earshot that you're alive, but you are not alive. And it's funny, you don't even know the weight of this, that there are people who are breathing air but are already dead. And if you, so this is your account saying, I'm here, but I don't feel anything. Yeah. At this point, I don't wish you death, but so my mother would say in Igbo, Madu Dindu Onkama, that there is death better than living, because living has no meaning and here is something that you have admitted, and I wonder how many more people who have heard this conversation must admit this in order for a life to come back to them. And thank you very much for having the courage to admit this. I really do appreciate that.
Thank you, Joyce. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Because I think we're so busy we're distracted by the noise and life and the pace and the hustle, and that you're not even alive. And you don't even know that you are not alive. And so maybe it's opportunities as this one that remind you to ask yourself, am I alive or am I dead? We're off on a break.
More talk, news, and sports after this.
In every family, there are moments that bring everyone together. The school run, the drive home, weekend adventures, the laughter around the table. Now there's a radio station built for those moments. From Lagos to Abuja to Port Harcourt, Kids FM 101.7 is where parents and children come together through music, fun, learning, games, stories, and shared experiences. A station designed for the whole family. Safe, positive, engaging. A place where curiosity is encouraged, imagination comes alive, and family time matters, because the best memories are made together. Tune in to Kids FM 101.7 in Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt. Kids FM 101.7. Family, let's play.
101.7 Kids FM.
Every generation is remembered by the voices that refuse to be silent.
Research has shown that one
The ones who dared to stand, to question, to challenge. Because history has never belonged to those who simply agreed. It belongs to those who said, I beg to differ. Welcome to the stage where ideas clash, where logic becomes power, and where every argument has the potential to shape tomorrow. This is more than a debate. It's courage in conversation. It's intellect in motion. It is the birthplace of tomorrow's leaders. August 10 at 3 p.m., Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt will come alive for the national finals of the I Beg to Differ Secondary Schools Debate Tournament. The War of Words begins at 3 p.m. on August 10. One podium, countless perspective, one opportunity to be heard. The question is not whether your voice matters. The question is, will the world remember what you had to say? I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Lagos is the season finale of the I Beg to Differ debate tournament. And I don't know if you've heard about it because this one is the tournament of champions. Okay, you have 16 of Nigeria's finest secondary schools, 3 debates every day, 4 weeks of fierce intellectual battles, and we're all wondering, so who will now be crowned the champion of champions? Well, stay tuned to find out because all this will begin Monday, August 10th at 3 p.m. Okay, August 10th, 3 p.m. And the final lap begins on Monday. And champions from Abuja, Port Harcourt, Lagos will all go head to head in this ultimate battle of ideas, logic, and persuasion. Okay, come witness brilliance, courage, and history in the making. For sponsorship, or if you have inquiries, you can send an email to any of these email addresses I'm going to call out now. It's info@nigeriainfo.fm. That is info@nigeriainfo.fm. Or I beg to differ at nigeriainfo.fm. That's one statement. Small caps, no space. I beg to differ at nigeriainfo.fm. It's I beg to differ, the Tournament of Champions, season finale, and we are set.
Lagos is 3 p.m. Kemi hasn't stopped crying. Like, I'm going home, so at least you can go home too. But you keep listening to 99.3 Nigeria Info. Cry. God, cry. We need to talk about the advantage of crying, because I think some of you think to cry is weakness or shame. Cry. 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 Maybe that's why pregnant women cry when they're trying to push out a baby, because, so maybe that's exactly what's happening to you psychologically and mentally and emotionally, that you cry for something else to come out. Maybe you go through something for some other version of you to come forth. Not like the last caller who's not alive. Maybe a better version. And that is a very good example, and that's not me saying it to shame him. I want to thank you. I commit you to the light. Now you think about death. My name's Joyce. God bless you. Bye.
Educative and
99.